Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today on In the Kitchen with Sandy we are making a margarita pizza. This is per Olivia's request. It is inspired from our little trip to New York. Ain't that right? And she is ready to go. I am telling you, if you followed me on here for a while, you know I went to New York last year in March, and I'm telling you we had the best pizza ever. It is hands down. It just puts all other pizzas to shame. I'm sorry if if you're in a state where you think that your pizza's the best, but New York has the absolutely best pizza. So we are going to replicate that, one of the pizzas that we had there while we were on tour, which is a margarita pizza. So we've got everything together and we're ready to go, and it's going to be amazing. This is 6 cups of flour, and this is 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm just going to mix that really well together first. Maybe I'm just gonna mix it around. I'll just start with this. I'm telling you, I need a bigger house. So you just kind of combine that really well. You don't have to use bread flour. You can use bread flour if you want. I've never used bread flour before. But you can use it if you'd like, if it makes you feel more comfortable. All right, what you're gonna do is start off with about a cup and a half of the flour mixture, and you're going to put it right in there. We're going to add a little bit more, and then you're going to add your sugar, 1/4 cup of sugar, and 3 teaspoons of the yeast, and then your warm water. This is 2 cups. I need another 1/2 cup of water. Liv, will you get me some more water? I need a 1/2 cup. While we're waiting on my handy dandy beautiful assistant, we're going to go ahead and add some garlic powder in there. I add about a teaspoon, because I like my stuff garlicky. I'm not kidding here. Let me feel it. Feels wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And then you're going to add that in there as well. And I think we got everything. Let me look around. We do. We have everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn this on and get this started. Let me lock it. And then you're just going to turn it on and let your hook do its work. And then you're going to add your flour in, your remaining flour in, just a little bit at a time, until you have all of your flour mixture in there. And I'm telling you what, it's not an easy task to do when your machine is running. All right, once I got all my flour in there mixed together, I added a couple tablespoons of olive oil in there. Now, what you're gonna need is a big old bowl, like so. And then you're gonna add some olive oil just to the bottom of it, just a little bit. And I'm going to take a napkin and just rub it around, just so the dough does not stick. Well, you can smell the garlic in that dough. It smells so good. And then once you do that, just turn your dough right out into your oiled bowl there. Come on, come on. Oh, it's heavy. Look at that. Now this will make 3 nice sized pizzas. 3 large pizzas. All right, then we're just gonna cover the bowl here. I'm gonna have to probably tear off another piece because I'm telling you what, I hate messing with this plastic. I hate this saran wrap. I hate messing with it, but it works perfectly well to make sure that your pizza dough is nice and covered. I'm going to use my scissors. I have the stuff stuck to my face like fly paper in a minute. Watch. All right, there we go. And then you want to just set it to the side and let it rise. All right, guys, now we're going to get started on the homemade pizza sauce. To make the sauce here, I've got one of the 15 ounce, actually this is 1.5 of the 15 ounce cans of crushed tomatoes. What you're gonna do is add garlic powder. You're gonna use a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic salt, 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, and 1 to 2 teaspoons of, or I'm sorry, tablespoons of oregano. Same with the Italian seasoning. 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning, 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of oregano. So we're just gonna add that right in there. And we're just gonna give that a stir. This is not something that you, I got a little ball of something in there. This is not something that you, you don't cook this. So we're just gonna stir this, and you can just set it aside. Room temperature is fine. Let all the flavors marry and become absolutely beautiful. Look, see, you got those little chunks of tomato in there. Oh my goodness, it smells amazing. All right, my pizza dough rose. I stuck it in the oven, turned the light on, and it rose to, look at that, it has doubled its size. Look at that, it is beautiful. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put foil down, because we're gonna transfer this right to our hot baking sheet. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna flour this. And then we're gonna take our dough out. I'm gonna put just a little bit of flour on my hands so the dough doesn't stick. And then we're just gonna dump it right out onto that floured foil. All right, and then what you're gonna do is get a little bit more flour on your hands, and then we're just gonna kind of turn it in. See that? Look how big that is. And that's all right. I got a little bit of dough on my hands, but that's because I started out with no flour, but we're gonna press that right into there. This dough feels absolutely wonderful. There's really no need to knead it. Look at that. Oh, it's lovely. And we're just gonna put it into like a ball, and then we're gonna cut it. Now don't be intimidated. You know, it's really easy to work with. If your fingers get sticky, get you some more flour. That's all you do. Really, that's all you do. Let me make sure that one's not sticky. We're gonna do a little bit of flour there. Look at that. Now we're gonna take this one, a little bit more flour on the bottom there, and then you're just gonna start making a pizza out of your dough. All right, and if you find yourself needing to use your little roller, just go right out the edges. And you know what, the thing about the pizzas that we ate in New York, which they were amazing. I can't tell you enough how amazing they were. They were not pizza shaped. They were not shaped, you know, round like a pizza. They came to us in all different shapes. And then to get a little bit of that crust going on the sides of it, a little bit of a bunched up crust, I'm just taking my hands and kind of pushing it up like that. You see that? You see what I'm doing? Now we're gonna add our sauce to it. Just a little bit. As much or as little as you want. And look at all the sauce that made. We're gonna make sure that our oven is nice and hot. Again, it is preheating that baking stone at 475 degrees. I was really disappointed because I really like to use the fresh basil on there, you know, a true New York margarita pizza. But I would prefer to use the fresh basil on there, but they did not have any. Oh, did you smell that one? I opened that up. It smells so good. But I'm also using the fresh mozzarella ball, the bigger one. These are a little bit more expensive than the shredded cheese, but it is so much better. And you just kind of like randomly place your cheese throughout your pizza. Let's put one more on there. Look at that. And then we're gonna add some, this is the freeze-dried basil. Like I said, I wanted the whole, but they didn't have that at my store today. And I find it hard to get that sometimes. And I'm just gonna sprinkle that right over top. Oh, but this is as fresh as it gets. Oh, it smells amazing. And we're gonna pop this in our oven and we're gonna bake it until it is nice and crisp, probably about 10 minutes, if that. You know what, let's dust all that on there. And then we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Look how amazing that looks. So we've let it cool for a few minutes, so now we are ready to cut it. Look at that crust. See how you got that thickness there? Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to cut this thing. Let's just get her done. Look how it just like holds together. Oh my goodness. And you know what? It's not, this is just like what we got in New York. A typical non-round pizza. Beautiful. And it's gonna be so good. And it smells amazing. All right, I don't know where the video cut off at, but look at that. The crust is absolutely phenomenal. I can hear her crunching over there with her. She is like in heaven. Let me give it a taste. Mmm. That crust is crispy and perfect. Mmm. Mmm. I'm telling you what. This is really super delicious. I want you to hear how crunchy the edges are as well. Listen. Mmm. So good. I think we're gonna pop one in the oven with some spinach, and I think that'd be amazing. But I hope you, certainly hope you try this recipe. It is so delicious, especially if you like a nice thin crispy crust. You know I love you guys so very much. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you do so. And welcome to all my new subscribers. You know I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.